Yeah, how widespread do you think things like naked short selling are in the market? Because, like, right, because one of the things that's constantly on my mind whenever I've got, like, one of the things I have for my book is I have like a massive document that's bookmarks of people who have pointed out glitches on the ticker, right? Weird
Hmm.
glitches. Like sometimes you're like,
We
what?
just had another one like a day ago with the
Yeah,
$18,000
right.
GameStop share.
Yeah. So like some of them are like phantom orders, definitely. There's definitely some like technical glitches or like I don't know things like picking up like limits that are set or there's probably explanations for like at least some of them, right? But then there's other ones I'm like, what the is going on? Like what the absolute fuck is going on? But like I wonder like how much of this would be seen in every ticker if there was 100,000 people staring at it.
Exactly. That's the thing. There's gotta be glitches and things happening in other tickers, but nobody looking for them. You know, someone might see that Apple is showing it's at $1 share or something on their app in the morning,
Mm.
but if they post that online, six people are going to see it and care about it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
this one's glitched weird. But there's so many more instances of GameStop and these highly volatile stocks that just keep showing up like that,
Yeah.
and a lot more frequently than most other companies,
Yeah.
especially on the FTD side.
Yeah, on the FTD side is wild, but like on the other side of what I said, the thing that sort of makes me wonder is like, right, okay, because we've got 100,000 people staring at this thing, right, and like investigating every tiny aspect of it. Um, do you think you would see loads of these? Like, do you think we would see like specters of evidence of really fraudulent practices across the entire market?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's like glitches and things that nobody's looking at that there's absolutely these fraudulent things happening. As far as like the synthetic shares and the naked short selling, anything like that, I think it goes millions of shares every day. And whatever is the most volatile, these market makers don't have to like even find those shares for 30 plus days to come up with them. So they create a liquid market for everyone and they just don't have the shares. They're just numbers on someone's computer somewhere that they have to come up with at what they're thinking is a later or a lower price in the future and taking the spread on that, which is unbelievable that that happens every single day. But I think it happens every stock. Like the end of the day, you know, Schwab's going through their buys and sells and calling TD and seeing how many they can match with each other and going like that. And then whatever's left over on the buys and sells end up being like FTDs that they have to come up with in a certain amount of days, which we figured out they pretty much have no uh, like fines or anything like that for not coming up with them in a certain amount of time. And it's it's
Yeah.
insane how much
Yeah.
happens every day.
Yeah. And like Dr. Trimbath like walked me through how they can just continue to roll that on forever. Like the
Yep.
FTDs never really end up getting resolved in a lot of cases, which is like as someone who's like actively investing and like and managing other people's money, do you see all of this as opportunity, or does it terrify you that the market doesn't function based on seemingly any sort of justice or regulation?
It's it's honestly depressing. You know, my father was an advisor since the day I was born. I've learned about it every day since then. My brother and I both become advisors right out of college. Like this is like our family business. And after everything that happened with GameStop, just to find out that the majority of it is all rigged and fake sucks. You know, because I still have such a passion for investing and looking for growing companies and everything. But it's all fake behind the scenes in this giant like scam all the way to the top of the government of Congress insider trading, like 150 for convicted insider trading, and there's no fines or jail time for it. So why would anyone stop?
Yeah.
You know, and they're getting all the fees under the table. and knowing which stocks aren't going to be shorted to death and which ones are going to get the FDA approval and everything. And my job went from looking for growth opportunities for clients to trying to figure out what the corrupt people are going to get into and be on their side so you don't get wrecked. And that like sucks to think about investing that way, but it's so true. There's so many earnings reports where you probably see all numbers smash expectations and the stock drops 25%. And then you see during COVID, Disney revenue drops 93%, and the stock goes up 10% the next day. And it's like, it's wherever those options market makers max pain is to not lose any money, the stock will go and they'll just deliver on the shares when they want to.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just reminded me. There's a fantastic website. Actually, hang on. Let me see if I can pull this up for people and for you. Uh, Although it might end up doubling it for you and the wrong thing. But hang on, I'll just show you anyway. Oh yeah, it's backwards for you. Sorry. So it does say for people watching anyway that that Nancy Pelosi isn't actually the most successful trader at the moment in the House of Representatives. That would go to the Representative Brian Mast, who has 79% return. Wow, that is
stellar.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're
It's
getting
almost as good as Citadel's 16% return in the worst year in history for stocks and bonds combined. Unbelievable.
It's just great trading.
Did you watch the new Madoff documentary?
No, I've been putting it off. Is it good?
It's really good. And in one part, just like, or this reporter that starts like investigating it, she's just looking at the paperwork, like everyone is losing money in the .com bubble. Everyone. And he's making money still, like all successful trades. And she's like, what? And that's like and then when Citadel's numbers came out for their December 31st in like a month ago. So I'm just like, it's the same exact thing. It's literally the same thing. And nobody's questioning it. Well, hopefully they're behind the scenes. Yeah. But
I'm not particularly optimistic about it. Like how again, you're in the financial world. Like how incompetent are the SEC? Like really?
Very. I think if they do their job, they break the market. I think the market's it's going to be broken if they charge what they know is happening. You know, like Gensler probably got in there and he's like, "Oh my God, yeah, we can't tell the public about this or charge anyone because we'd have to charge everyone. We'd have to build a new government because everyone's insider trading and all the biggest market makers for liquidity have their side hedge funds that take the opposite side of every single trade. The biggest conflict of interest in financial history. And it happens every day. And did you see Dave Lauer's interview with Gensler like about 2 months ago or 3 months ago?
Yeah.
I emailed him right when it was happening and he asked Gary a couple seconds later because they're talking about FTX. And I was like, I emailed Dave, I was like, ask Gary what the difference is between FTX having Alameda on the side and Citadel's market maker having Citadel's hedge fund on the side. And Gary just pivoted like nobody's business.
Hey everyone, thanks for making it right the way to the end of the podcast. I love that you tuned in this long. Do me a favor, hit subscribe because 80% of you bastards are not subscribing, but you're watching my videos. See you next time.